Mic
in,
check,
something
mic
to
check.
say, or something really funny happens. Otherwise, you might have to mute and unmute yourself manually, since Justin won't know.
Right. I'll be on mute right now.
Hey, it's Thursday. It's 5 o'clock.
It's exactly 5 o'clock. We are punctual people. That's what I like about us.
Yeah,
and
we have never missed
today,
a time.
we're going to be reviewing your photos that show mood and emotion. Not just, some random photo that you think can pass in the category, but we look at it and we're really brought into the photo and we feel what the mood is right away and we know what the emotion is right away. Just like this picture of the migrant mother.
Who makes all this possible?
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, you can make your next move with Squarespace. So they have beautiful award-winning templates. They don't look corny. They don't have a faux wood background. They're clean. They're modern. They're professional. They're so easy to use. If you can drag and drop, you can make your own Squarespace portfolio. And the best part is that you can try it for free. No credit card needed. They're not trying to trick you into forgetting to cancel things. It's just free. And you can go to squarespace.com/Tony. And if you decide you like that free trial, you can get 10% off with the offer code portfolio.
Thanks for sponsoring a Squarespace. If you already have a Squarespace site, even a trial, visit sdp.io/link, and we will take a look at it during the live show.
This is true. So next week, the theme that you voted on, I let the Patreon users vote on the theme, and they voted on lens hacks. That means like flare, zooming while shooting, free lensing, which is when you pull the lens away from the camera. We're going to make a video about a few of these this week, so you can tune in and look for that.
Or a pinhole lens.
A pinhole lens.
We have search our channel for pinhole, and you'll find
crystals
we have
in front
a
of the
very,
lens.
very unpopular video about pinhole lenses. Remember how mad people were when we did I thought it was such a cool hack, but people were like, "Oh, it's so low resolution. Why would you use such a low quality lens?" It's fun.
Well, it's interesting. So this picture of our daughter Madeline, I cannot remember. I think I had a glass partially in front of the lens and it made this kind of flary look. It's fun. It's a creative exercise. So start taking pictures. Oh, here's a question.
I assumed you put that in there.
Why?
Well, maybe now's a good time to introduce Chris Reddy.
Chris Reddy is helping us out today. He's going to be going through your comments, keeping everyone in line. He knows where all of you live. So
What?
behave. What's up, Chris?
Hey, it's going good.
Thanks for helping us out today. We also have Justin, surrounded by many screens, making sure the show is running smoothly. So thank you, Justin.
Chris, did you break into your dogfish head? You said you ordered some, right?
Yeah, I did. It was
Hoppy?
tasty. It was hoppy indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
It was all right. It was a unique beer for sure.
It's been my favorite beer for a couple of years now, but I give one to everybody I know who likes beer, and none of them really take to it. I don't know why.
Hoppy.
Yeah, beer is a very personal thing.
Let's bust in to the news. The first news that we have is that Siobhan has left the nest. We wanted to thank her and wish her good luck on her next journey. She won't be joining us any longer. But good luck to you, Siobhan, and thank you for being a great host, co-host on the show with us for
Siobhan.
a few years now. And yeah, good luck on everything you do.
Let's talk about the rumors from CanonRumors.com they say that there's a full-frame mirrorless camera coming.
Wait, it's from Mirrorless Rumors. I got this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I'm
but it's
sorry.
probably
I thought it was broken by the Canon.
It may be on
site.
Canon Rumors as well.
Yeah. Well, so the mirrorless cameras, my theory is that the Sony A9, the success of the Sony A9 has finally kicked Canon and Nikon into gear, because Nikon actually made an official announcement that they were developing a full-frame mirrorless camera, and now we have rumors about Canon. And I think this is almost a historic moment, because we've done the history of Canon and Nikon, and for 100 years now, they've been competing primarily with each other. And it's just been the two of them going back and forth and back and forth. But now I think they finally decided they have to compete with Sony too. Sony just hasn't been on their radar. So I am super excited about this camera. I have a lot of questions about it. Like how well will it work with the existing Canon lenses that we have? Are they going to be launching a whole new lens lineup, or will it just take the existing EOS lenses? Uh, I don't know. What do you want to know about it, Chelsea?
That's a good question. I think one of the things that Canon has going for it right now is their lens lineup. So if it was not compatible with those lenses, I wonder how they're going to compete with a company like Sony that's already so far ahead with the body technology. So I'm excited about this. It means that Sony's being taken seriously. You see that they have a growing share of the market,
Yes.
and Nikon and Canon are now kind of chasing them a little bit. That's good for us as photographers. When the camera manufacturers start fighting and trying to get the best technology, we win. So I'm excited about this. Some good things are going to be happening in camera bodies in the years to come.
Yeah, I am excited to see what they have. They're saying that they'll see an announcement at Photokina next year. So it's still almost a full year out if the rumors are true and if development goes well. Chris, what are you shooting with right now mostly?
I'm using a D810. It's I finally got it back from repair. I cracked it in half, but it survived.
How'd you break it?
Well, I fell on it, and the Tamron 70-200 that was attached to it was absolutely unharmed, but it
What?
cracked the whole case with the 810.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe that the Tamron 70-200 is the lens that you broke in half, Justin, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
That was the 24-7.
Yeah,
Oh, it was.
I think so.
Okay.
A little smaller.
So
But that lens is such a tank. It broke the 810, but it was repaired and it's shooting fine now. It's
Oh, good.
working
How was
great.
Nikon service for you? A lot of people complain.
Mine was really good. I sent it back to where I bought it from to KEH, and
Oh,
they
okay.
did a great job.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
they did a,
that's funny because KEH repaired our Nikon lens after Nikon refused to because it was gray market. I bought a used one, a lens, not knowing it was gray market, and Nikon won't service gray market lenses, but KEH did actually fix it.
oh, okay.
I'm not sure they are supposed to, but they did.
Good to know.
Another bit of news, the U.S. enacted a drone ban over several major national monuments, including the Statue of Liberty, Mount Rushmore, the Constitution in Boston, things like the Hoover Dam. And first, I didn't know that you could fly around the Statue of Liberty because I
didn't
thought
either.
it was already protected airspace. And that seems really scary because there's always helicopter tours going through there.
I
Wouldn't that
think
be
you
terrifying?
can't as of today.
Yeah, I thought you could previously around the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, you could, but today is the last day that you could have, I believe.
I'm just mad I missed my chance. I would
You
have.
did. I almost told you too, because I knew you'd want to do that. But you know what? This has me thinking that the more foolish drone operators we have out there, the more bans will go up in various parks and monuments. There's not going to be many interesting places to fly them anymore.
Yeah, that's really true. And just this week, a drone hit a Black Hawk helicopter, and everything was fine. But this is, as far as I know, the first real documented collision between a drone and an aircraft. And it's good news that nobody was hurt, nothing was seriously damaged. But at the same time, when these start to happen, every single incident is an example that people are going to use to get more legislation passed, and we're going to have tighter controls over things. So be safe out there.
Be smart.
This one I know Chris is excited about because we talked it already, but Seagate announced a 12 terabyte drive. If you're a big photographer or somebody who creates video, this is like a dream come true because we always just need more disk space. All of us are out of disk space.
All of the time,
All of the time.
I'm fighting for disk space.
Okay, good. Let's take a look at some pictures. I will start importing pictures and I don't know. Do you have any questions for us, Chris, while I do this? I know you're probably busy.
yes, we do. Couple questions here. First of all, Roddy, a $5 contribution,
Money comment.
money comment. He just wants to know why Canon isn't stepping up their mirrorless game.
Let's hope they are. I think obviously they've been way behind because they have the EOS M system, but they have what, like 4 lenses for something really silly like that.
Yeah, I think that people weren't taking mirrorless seriously for a long time, and now we're seeing a lot of pros shooting with mirrorless, and it seems like Canon lets in on that. Anything else,
Yeah,
Chris?
it'll be interesting to see what Nikon comes up with and what Canon counters with, because they're
Yeah,
supposed to be doing.
exciting times.
Yeah. Then Felix asks, he wanted to know if you guys would consider doing photo challenges like you did with Toby and Christina before.
Oh, yeah, we did a food photography challenge with Toby and Christina. You can find that video if you search for it. And we went to Five Guys Burgers, and we had, I think, like a $20 budget or something. We had to put together the most appealing food photography. It was a lot of fun. We should do that again. I think you're reminding me, and I feel like it's something we should do.
Yeah, that was a really fun project. It was a beast to edit. It
It
was
was
almost like a reality TV show, and it was as much work, I think.
it was a lot of work. I think that's why we haven't done another one. It was a day of filming and then weeks and weeks of editing. So, but we have more editors now, so I think we can do.
Yeah, we one of our editors has done a lot of reality TV shows.
Yeah,
So he seems to have a good workflow for that
maybe
kind
he'll
of
be
thing.
into that.
Let's take a look at a few pictures. This is from Dominique Coke and the theme of mood and emotion. What mood and emotion does this convey to you, Chelsea?
I just think he looks content and relaxed. And I get that. I look at the photo and his expression and his posture, and I feel relaxed with him. I think this is a good example, and the processing matches that. It's like a very classic processing, and the way that he's dressed is very classic. I like this photo a lot.
All right, you get a pick right out of the gate, Dominic.
I feel like you're pandering, and I don't mind it at all. Kissing a little doggy.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. Oh, I think this is a great example, and I'm going to give it a pick. I love shooting through the glass like that because it provides this perspective.
I am.
There you go. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
I just think there's something. Yeah, I like it. Romantic.
Nicely done, Dustin. Dylan King.
Dylan King, I am scared to go to my car alone now. It's very spooky, if that's the mood you were going for. There's two of you. You're somewhat transparent, like a ghost. There's a hand floating. I'm scared. I think that's the mood.
Yeah,
Creepy.
maybe just add a little bit of color to it. I was trying to make it orange and it didn't exactly work out that way. But the shirt bumps me. If you're being spooky, I don't know.
Maybe he died in one of those baseball game riots that the sports people do.
Maybe so. Now, I think this is a nice shot, but it's not conveying a mood to me.
I think he's trying to look like he's thinking. Where is he?
Oh, I noticed it looks like they brought down the highlights a little bit, and so he had this kind of flat, blown out area on his face, which was bumping me. So I was trying to fix that.
His downturned mouth and the hand on the chin. I'm thinking he's contemplating something, but then I look around for more context, and he's in an empty warehouse. So I'm not seeing a story. Like at first, I thought he might be in a bar, and then I thought, oh, he's thinking about what to get, but he's not. You're almost there. There's almost a mood if there was just a little more story.
Yeah, think about how the background and setting ties into the mood. Think about how his pose and the outfit and the processing all tie into a single mood. That's the kind of thing that we're going to be looking for today. It's a close-up portrait, but it doesn't say any sort of mood or emotion to me. Or maybe I am one of those people who can't see emotions in faces. Is he conveying a particular emotion to you, human?
I like that you're just doubting your ability to be human. You're like, maybe I'd know the human face. No, I would say that he has a somewhat neutral face, like maybe he turned to even say something and he was caught. So I like your picture, Eli, but I don't feel a mood or an emotion.
I like the picture too, yeah.
Da-da-da-da-go. I really just want to know.
That's
Well, I want to
Cooper.
talk about Eric Lowenbach's settings because I know that that's what he really cares about. That's all he cares about. We call him old Eric Settings Lowenbach.
I don't know why it suddenly jumped away like that.
Because it's a crazy world. I like this picture a lot because my dog after a walk flops down in the grass and this dog just looks so content and happy. So Good one, Eric. I just feel like he looks a little proud, but I'm not getting enough context. Like, I see maybe graffiti in the background. If he had the can and I felt as though he was the artist, this would definitely say proud. But right now, I don't have enough context to really piece together the mood or the emotion. Not a bad photo, not capturing a feeling, not giving me a feeling.
First, I'd like to say just compositionally, we have these down here that are just kind of poking out, and I'd like to see either more of them or none of them.
Oh, you're a more or none kind of guy.
Well, it just kind of bumps me when stuff just creeps in from the side. So I just kind of say, think about the edges of the frame. It's part of belts, you know. Nobody knows what belts is.
Belts, I really appreciate that you created belts. I don't feel it taking off.
Well, only 11 people have ever heard the term, so maybe we should share it a
Justin,
little
do you
wider.
remember what belt stands for?
I do indeed.
Background.
Background?
Edges.
Edges.
Lighting.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you were wrong,
The rule of
Justin. You don't get
thirds.
those belts.
And stories.
And story.
Storytelling.
Okay.
This is foggy, and I think it's a cool picture. I think that's good. I mean, I don't know that foggy in itself is
It's not
a
a mood.
mood. This, I think,
Area.
is a great mood. Oh, it's Erlen. I like this a lot. We have a clear subject in here. I love the drops on the lens. It feels cinematic. It really does.
It feels cinematic and it feels like sad, and the rain matches that, and the lighting. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
This
awesome.
isn't
You did
a
pick, Erlen.
typical Erlen shot. And
No,
so I feel
I don't
very,
see him taking pictures of people often at all.
yeah, I feel proud that he's like, you know, he can do everything.
Great
I'm going to give him
shot.
a pick. Emo snow monkey. I like this shot a lot. I wish I could see the monkey's face a little more, but I'm seeing the story of just
Yeah,
Just
that would be my criticism.
two
is
primates.
I just can't. I think that's his face is the subject, but I can't clearly see it. The lady of the house here. I also think it's a good picture. Great lighting, and I like the texture. But again, it's not saying mood or emotion to me. She just seems to be sitting there.
Mm-hmm. This is a nice shot.
But it is a nice shot.
The mood is, I'm too cool for you.
He is pretty
Jason
cool.
Mraz's child. That's pretty funny.
Let's skip through a couple more pictures, and then we'll go and look at some
The
inspiration.
cat does look sad.
Yeah, let's see if we can find one that
Bored.
has a distinct mood. I think it's a good portrait, but I don't know. Is the mood just hanging out?
Oh.
Bored?
Bored. Been there.
Now, this is a good example. It's the Vietnam Memorial, I think, in D.C. But I think if you really wanted to convey a mood, you'd have maybe
Like-
somebody interacting with it. Somebody
Yeah, like
sad.
holding their hand to the wall. Or,
What we actually have are these people kind of walking through the background, and they seem, I'm sorry to be tripping out like that. They seem, totally casual and just like they're just walking through. So that actually conflicts with the mood a little bit,
maybe that's a statement.
maybe.
Spooky. Okay. You found a very spooky, creepy location, and then you made the processing dingy and weird and uncomfortable, and it all matches, and I like it.
Yeah, great idea. And another thing you could do to reinforce this would be to maybe use a really long exposure and let the clouds blur,
Yeah.
and try it at different lighting at different times of day. This would be a great fog spot, a good fog plan.
I'm not actually correcting you right now. I just want to show people how less impactful the photo would be if you were closer to some just normal colors and normal exposure. Yeah. Suddenly it kind of loses a little bit.
Let's
of
jump
its-
over. Let's jump over and look at our inspiration for the week.
Okay, I found an inspiration for you next week. You're going to be doing lens hacks, remember? So I found Ben Thomas, and what drew me to him were his tilt shift photos. He's a young guy. He was born in Adelaide in 1981. He's the winner of the 2015 Olympus Vision Award. He's won a few awards. He's young, but he's up and coming. And he primarily takes photos of cities and urban spaces. And I was drawn to him because I love his use of color. So, to inspire you for
Oh.
next week, he has a series called Tiny Japan where he took tilt shift photos of Japan. And I just love this retro mood that he makes with the colors. It's bright, it's fun, which matches the whole miniature look of the tilt shift. I fell in love with his work. It's so cool. It's so different. He has a very distinct style.
I think I have to just rent a tilt shift the next time I'm in New
We
York
should
because I
do
have
that.
never used one.
Okay. Maybe when we go to Photo Plus. Here's another tilt shift photo from Japan. Again, the colors are fun. It almost looks like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or something. It's neat. And then these aren't tilt shift, but again, I just love his use of color and I love the way that he processes the photos to just seem unreal. You can see more of his work at benthomas.co. You can tell him I sent you. We should get Ben on the show if he would be interested in that.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on the show. You want to take a look at a few more pictures and then we can look at the
Yeah,
Squarespace?
I was going to get a question from Chris. Chris,
right.
how's it going over there? Is
Find a good
everyone
moody
behaving?
picture. Oh,
It's
Spock.
going well. Everybody's behaving, and everybody's missing Siobhan, but that's all right.
Aw.
We can trudge through here.
Maybe you
Yeah,
can
we got a
sass
couple
them.
questions.
Okay, what you got, Chris?
First off, they want to know, FedEx Freight wanted to know with a paid question, do you know if Sigma ever addressed the focusing issues you had with the Sigma 50 to 100?
I mean, they kind of addressed it in that they sent me the little USB dock thing and suggested I try tuning it, but that was the way they addressed it, and that didn't fix the problem. So I haven't seen anything that fixes the problem. I will say we're using that lens right now. That's our main camera lens here. It's a fantastic lens. It's super sharp, but we only use it on our mirrorless cameras for video. Or sometimes stills, but so short answer, no. It still doesn't seem to be good.
What else, Chris?
We also have Jim Setzer wants to know, what is your take on DJI's new flight modes from the Spark now on to the Mavic Pros?
Right, they've updated the gesture, and then there's something that will let it track your controller. I forget exactly, but we need to re-review the Spark, do a detailed review on it. There's been a lot of firmware updates. They fixed most of the problems that we found.
All the problems we found that weren't real have been fixed.
Yeah, all the things they
I'm
said
not
were user
bitter
error.
or
They fixed with the
anything.
firmware update.
So we'll do another review and we'll update the software and then we will try it again.
Yeah, and brace yourself for some heavy, heavy sarcasm in that review.
No, I'm going to wipe clean the sarcasm slate and come at it with fresh eyes, but I'm going to get it out now on the live show.
I wanted to quickly look at Harsh's picture here because I think it does a great job of capturing the joy of being in the outdoors.
The mountains. Yeah.
Good job, Harsha. I'm skipping through because I really want to find these pictures that's a super cute picture, that capture a mood and emotion. And I think this is a really sweet one. I like the embrace, and she has a very nice expression.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this
Happy dog. I'm going to give
Yeah.
a pic. That expression is just too happy.
It's just the horse doesn't seem to give a crap.
The horse
about
is
what's
like,
going
she
on.
used to love me.
I feel really uncomfortable with the way the horse's head is just jutting in
You
there.
think
Is
it's
that just
very
me?
Godfather?
Yeah, that is definitely the very first thing I thought of. Oh, I like
This is like
shot.
a very dancey, there's something like sexy about it. I like it.
Yeah, that would definitely go for stock.
Oh, that picture was cool. but
Yeah, I like this shot.
The
It's a
mood
very good
is,
shot.
I'm so lonely.
Okay, here's a distinct emotion from Jeremy Folk.
The joy of a child.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I wish there were more to the story. I wish I knew what she was joyful about.
She just killed a
Something to
man.
think about as a storytelling.
She's like very tough. That's the mood I'm getting. Like, yeah, what about it? I'm smoking inside. I like it. I'm going to give her a pick.
Okay. Good work, Jessica.
Caught in the act. Jim, you got risque.
He did.
She doesn't look ashamed. But good job.
Yeah, it's good lighting. Okay, he's got a pretty good emotion there.
Yeah, I like it. It's
That looks
intense.
like kickboxing.
It looks like they're boxing and this guy's about to do karate on them.
We should take a minute and see if anybody sent in a Squarespace portfolio.
Okay.
And actually, Chris, if you have another question, that's a good time to jump in.
Yeah, we've got several here. Surdeep wants to know, do you think Apple or Google will create a camera software within the next 5 years that can do bokeh or zoom in software that you won't need a super zoom or a high aperture lens?
Well, they're
And
already. Pardon?
Google just announced their Pixel 2, their smartphone, so they do have a little bit of experience.
Yeah, and I think that we're seeing them move in that direction. They're trying to simulate what you see come out of a DSLR with the, software blurring of the background and now the light they're working on. So I think that they're looking to take over the camera market there, the entry-level camera market.
Yeah, I definitely think with software we'll be able to simulate that really accurately. And I'm glad you brought up the Pixel 2 because the iPhones have been doing fake bokeh, but with 2 lenses. And the Google Pixel 2 is doing it with just 1 lens.
Oh, wow.
And I think it's because they're using more advanced artificial intelligence to figure out where the face is in the scene instead of actually using a separate physical lens.
Mm-hmm.
But I think AI is going to be able to analyze scenes and separate, tell how far things are just in the same way that, you can do it with just one eye. Your brain knows that that's farther away because it's smaller. So yeah, I think they are growing by leaps and bounds, and I think AI is going to change a lot and really reduce the amount of hardware we have to carry. Chelsea, 5 people have submitted their portfolios, and we will review just one of them.
The woman jumping, that picture is incredible.
Yeah, it really is. And having a powerful picture right at the front really will pull people into your portfolio and get them to check out more of your work. And I like he's only got 2 menu items. So
it's interesting and it's different.
First see what he's doing. He's
in South
Suriname.
America.
All right, great picture of yourself. This tells me a lot about
You
you.
look friendly and
contact
approachable.
information there.
Yeah.
This is just an awesome
I
shot.
love that shot.
Yeah, I would love a print of that. In fact, you should Squarespace let you set up a store.
Yeah, you should set up a store.
Set up a store and
It's
then
free.
send me a note because I will buy that print. I have seen a lot of pictures of stuff reflected in people's glasses, but this is not cliche at all. It is so interesting. I love that you have a different reflection in each of the 2 lenses. Your work is fantastic.
Dang.
Yeah, I
Look
like
at
it
the
a lot.
pinky pointing towards the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Your sense of composition is incredible.
Wow. Yeah, really creative shots. You have a great vision. I love this.
Beautiful.
And I like that a lot. I love the sky behind her. Whoa.
I'm scared.
Can I give a tip on this, though? You got to iron stuff. Because that just throws off the whole mood when you see it's such a pain, especially with big sheets like that, but you just got to do it. Oh,
Wow.
man.
Beautiful.
I love that, too. What a great silhouette. I love this kind of turn to the side.
I could look at his portfolio all day. Keep going.
I like that,
What?
too.
Socks.
I wish there was a little more room below him, but I love that his socks match his strap.
I know. What a fashionista.
I like that shot. Okay, I think that was.
I
a
wish
good
there was
amount of pictures.
more.
Yeah,
I really love your work. I can't wait to see
16
more from
pictures.
you. You should submit again. Yeah, I don't have any feedback. All of your photos are excellent.
I really like your style, and it's so nice to see pictures that I don't feel like I've ever seen before. Just brand new things.
Yeah,
Genuinely creative.
I get so tired of seeing the same photos over and over again, and yours were very creative.
Here's what he had to say about using Squarespace. It was really easy to register my domain and set up my site. The template I used was just perfect for me. He needed something minimalist. Go Squarespace!
Yeah, if you want that high art look, minimalist is the way to go. And you can do that. You can make it easily. I bet you could make one in 10 minutes now and submit it to us. Go to squarespace.com/Tony and enter the coupon code portfolio to get 10% off. Now, like I've said before, you could get it for free as a free trial. No credit card, no tricks. Try it out. See what your photos look like in a portfolio and tell me you don't love it. It's great.
They make it easy so you can spend your time taking pictures.
You know
instead of
who else has a
messing with
Squarespace actually? I'm pretty sure
Everybody.
is the inspiration artist that I featured
Oh,
today.
really?
Yeah.
Yes. Almost every time I look up a photographer's website, they're using Squarespace. The more pro they are, the more Squarespace they have.
That's quite a slogan you've coined,
It was
Tony
a-
Northrup.
Sometimes people bust me for saying something dumb,
Yeah.
but I say so much stuff that some dumb stuff is just going to creep out. And that was definitely one of the examples of something really dumb that I just said.
You know what's funny is that I won't even notice when I say things I know are not true. So someone will say, "Oh, you meant to say Nikon and you said Canon." And I'll be like, "I thought I said something completely different." There's something about talking live where you just lose track.
Well, Chris Reddy edited this video, and I'm so glad they caught it. I needed to talk about ISO 3200, ISO 6400, and I kept saying 1 3200th and 1 6400th. And Chris somehow caught that, but I watched it back and didn't notice that I said it wrong, nor when I was sitting there. And Justin was recording it. He didn't notice. Like, this stuff can just slip past you.
It happens.
I think everybody says dumb stuff all the time.
But they don't have it recorded.
Yeah, you don't have 100,000 people watching it back and nitpicking it. So I'm just saying, I'm going to say more dumb stuff in the future. This isn't the end of the dumb things I'm going to say.
There's no end to my dumb.
Yeah.
I'm going to dumb you
Brace
out
yourself.
of existence. Yeah.
Sometimes I say dumb stuff that ends up sounding really mean or offensive. It's never the way I meant it. I'm not a mean
Oh.
person. I would never put people down.
You know, it was so sad when I was saying anyone could have a Squarespace, even if you're just a carpenter. And then all these people thought I was like classist, and that wasn't it at all. I really get uncomfortable when people interpret things to mean that I'm being mean when I don't know.
I said something about truck drivers the other day, and I don't even remember what I said, but it clearly wasn't that I meant anything derogatory. I wouldn't say that. But that's the way it came across, and because it's not rehearsed. We don't have that kind
It
of
should
time.
be.
Yeah, we're not that
We need a
professional.
teleprompter.
So just brace yourself.
Now you're watching Chit Chat. It's that part of the show when we read your dumb words and we get to feel smart.
Yeah, you're stupid too.
Okay, this guy says, how does a professional photographer like Ira Block set his white balance before taking photos? That's not dumb at all.
I don't
You
know the answer to
disappoint me.
this question, but I did spend a lot of time talking with Ira about his techniques and stuff, and I feel confident that Ira just would use auto white balance and fix it in post, because
Whoa.
that was his general philosophy is, oh, I won't worry about that. I could just do that on the computer. He's a person who's very present in the moment and doesn't seem to prioritize camera settings or
Whoa.
that was just my take on it.
Okay, that was your
I'm
take.
projecting.
I'm not going to speak for Ira, but I imagine he does something very, very cool.
But I'll also say that that's not what makes Ira's work great. It's not the white balance.
No, yeah, he's got a lot to worry about. He thinks a
Yeah.
lot about his photos. Evils Dexter says, what settings did you use to film this? Is this Eric Lowenbach? Eric?
I don't mean to pick on you, Evils. I got at least 100 people
Maybe
asking about
more.
my camera settings in the last couple of weeks.
It's been a week. Phil Campbell said, enough with the camera setting comments already. That joke is almost as old as Tony. Whoa.
Yeah, you had me there, Phil. I'm like, all right, I'm with you, Phil. And then I'm like,
You're
oh,
like,
you.
oh,
did-
Phil, you dog. Phil, you know you were cool. Subway says, there's no record of a drone hitting a plane. Watch 443 of this video. Tony, old camera settings, Northrop.
It's fake. This video is a well-known fake. The guy he did it in
Oh.
After Effects. But a drone really did hit a Blackhawk this week. That's legit.
This guy says, Justin laughing in the background is so funny. I agree. I love your laugh, Justin. Really sets a
Thanks.
a fun mood in here.
Yeah. He's our personal laugh track.
Addison says, I guess in the US, a doodle doesn't mean. Tony, did you put this comment in here?
No, it was probably Chris.
Uh-oh, he's our
This is
fall guy
totally
now.
Chris's style.
No, it's not.
You said you drew doodles in every one of the books that you were shipping out because you were signing books. So I just thought that was funny to imagine you.
Okay, that's
They were different doodles. So yeah, some people got that. But
yeah.
other people just got happy faces or cat pictures.
Apples, a lot of snails. Bart says, you forgot people who sell photography books on YouTube. This was in our the 5 worst types of photographers. And he said that the type of photographer we forgot was people that sell books on YouTube. And that's not true, because the last photographer was us, the people that try to sell you a book.
Yeah, but I
We
see what
didn't
you were
watch
doing.
it.
You wanted to take a shot at us, but
I
we
just
did it
want to
first.
say, we got there first. We know we're dumb. Whoa,
by
this
the way,
chit chat really just keeps going. Check out our book, Stunning Digital Photography, with 14 hours of never before seen video. You can get it as low as $9.99.
it has like 2,000 reviews on Amazon now.
It's so
Most of them are 1
lovable and cuddly. Don says your book is great, a must-buy for everyone interested in photography, and it's only
Trust Don.
$9 for
Look
the
at Don.
ebook.
He knows what he's
Holy
talking
moly.
about.
That's
Guy's
practically
legit.
free.
Okay.
Thanks, Don. You didn't have to say it, but you did.
Let's take a look at a couple of pictures.
Okay.
We skipped past this, but I thought it had an interesting mood. I like the grain in it. I think grain is one of those things we can use to
It's
emphasize a
very
mood.
Lena Dunham in it. I like it. This I relate to. She's having a tough time with homework.
Yeah, I like this a lot. It has that dramatic lighting
It's
in
so
it.
dramatic, and everyone can
Wait,
relate to it.
Is
Pick.
it really an 8-second exposure?
What
Dang.
did this Will guy do? Oh, so sad. That's very cute.
Left luggage. I'm trying to figure out what his mood is. It looks like he's just waiting.
This is from John. This was from our Thailand trip.
Oh.
So
Oh, I see. So we had a photo shoot this day with a couple of models, and John must have just started taking some candid pictures in the lobby.
this boy was left in charge of the luggage. He looks bored. I get it. Oops.
She's definitely happy.
She's concentrating.
Yeah,
It's nice.
that's a good environmental picture.
Oh. I guess the mood is sad.
Is that Taco Bell sauce?
I don't know, Tony. That's not the first thing I thought about. Unlike some people who really
I'm
love
hungry.
Taco Bell sauce. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I think this is a great shot too. I'm going to give you a pick. I think the processing really helps to emphasize a mood. I can't say his expression tells me anything in particular. I still wouldn't hesitate to bring up the highlights a little just to add some more contrast to the picture, but that also depends where you're going to be presenting it.
The mood is bored. Schiphol Airport. Do you know where that is, Tony?
No, where's Schiphol?
I think Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
Anger. But
This
I
is
don't think it's
definitely a
real
mood.
anger. Do you think it's real?
Maybe he's just really bad at expressing anger. It'd be weird to be his spouse and be just arguing on a regular basis
If
and
you
have to
did that
face
to me, I'd be
that,
like,
right?
chill. You need to chill the face if we're going to argue, Tony.
What?
We did it.
No, this is a video. So I
Okay.
feel like we don't usually do videos, but okay, good. Thanks for sending this in, Jordan.
This is interesting.
Can I just say Snapchat blows my mind that it can do this in real time on your smartphone. It is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what he said, but I bet it was funny.
Lightroom does not do a good job of handling video. Okay.
A single rose in a wedding. Wow. I would take whatever color this rose is. Maybe it's white. In that case, it wouldn't work, but I would raise the color of that rose. What? Oh. Tough one.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to find a focal point and tell a little bit of the story.
Oh, the Mr. Phantom.
Yeah, I think this is
A little
nice.
spooky. Oh, dang. Yeah, give you a pic. You look, I'm not going to mess with this lady. In France, romance is an emotional. Oh,
Okay.
she's too happy about that. But I do like
I don't believe she's really surprised though.
very somber mood. Oh, even the dog's chilling. Yeah, this is kind of a sad, not the best day of camping.
Yeah, like a cold and rainy day.
Oh, she's waiting
That's
for
a really
something.
nice picture.
Dad said he ordered pizza, but Dad lies.
You get a pic, Kevin. I like that shot.
Annoyed punk rocker. These photos are great. Kind of mysterious. This is a really beautiful photo. Maybe the mood is just like sexy.
Can I suggest just bending her elbow a little bit? It feels weird that her arm is just straight like that.
I like the toning. A little bit proud. I like that. Okay.
All right, well, maybe I'll do a re-import and we'll see what else
He
we
likes
got.
the camera. Oh,
Oh man, what happened?
that draws me in right away. I feel concerned. There's a lot of emotion here.
Yeah, and composition, I really like the shadow.
Oh, I
there.
liked the other composition.
False.
Oh, this is our friend from last week. One photo. One photo. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't know. I like.
Oh, mis abuelos.
Yeah, I feel like your abuelos are sick of you taking pictures.
Stop. That's what my abuela does. If I pull out my camera, she goes, no, the hand comes out.
Oh yeah, you don't get her face.
I only get iPhone pictures of her because she thinks I'm looking at my phone. And I'm like, you're cute, abuela. And
I do
got
that
you."
too. I've developed all sorts of tricks. I'll use a tilty screen and just pretend I'm fussing with my camera and it's on
Because
silent.
she'll get you and she'll beat you up. I'm going to tell on you next time.
I got some D850 shots because it has a silent mode. I found that pretty useful. I like this shot. I wish we could see
Random
a
dude I
little more
don't
of his
know. He
feet.
just is cool like that.
Dang, he's awesome at
Give him a
posing.
pic. All right, Chris, do you have any questions for us?
We sure do.
Tell me all about them. Don't
All
hold
right,
back.
that's a pic.
We've got a paid question from Florian Nakbar. What is your way of keeping photos organized when you're working on iPad? Adobe Creative Cloud storage for Lightroom Mobile is so limited.
The only time I'm working on my photos on an iPad, to be honest, is if I'm traveling and I just put my card into a little adapter, a little dongle, and then I work on the photos I just took. But I don't catalog them there or anything. So what do? You put them in the cloud or something?
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you in that I don't keep long-term storage on my
Yeah.
iPad because there just isn't enough room on it.
Yeah, there's not a ton of room.
But I think this is going to be changing soon
Okay.
because Adobe's been working on some web products.
What else, Chris?
Yeah, John Solitude wants to know, is there a point investing in mirror cameras, or should we all go for mirrorless cameras? In other
Oh,
words, DSLR versus mirrorless.
yeah, I think that just depends on you. So I think there's a huge debate about it because people feel like one's better than the other, but they're just different. And sometimes I prefer mirrorless and sometimes I prefer DSLR. So it just depends on what you're shooting.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who should be buying DSLRs nowadays.
Yeah, it's
Canon and
not.
Nikon have all the glass basically.
There's a lot of good lenses. That's a good reason to want a DSLR. But yeah, I think that DSLRs work for a lot of people.
But I do think most buyers, especially, beginners and enthusiasts, should be using a mirrorless camera.
I agree. I like mirrorless for especially the younger generation. When we put a camera in our daughter's hand, the first thing she wants to do is just touch screen. That's intuitive, right? And
She has never used a viewfinder.
No, she wants to see exactly what she's doing. If someone's going from phone photography to a camera, they're not used to using a viewfinder. So I see when she takes a picture, she wants to scroll with her finger and hold it out and look at the exact results. That's intuitive. I know that sometimes photographers feel like, that's against the art of photography, but I feel like the camera manufacturers have to grow with what's intuitive to the people. And I think that that's the direction that it's heading in. Yes,
I'll throw
Chris.
this out there on that previous question on about Apple and Google wanting to do cameras. Little point of trivia here. Apple was one of the first digital camera makers. Do you know what that was?
No,
The Apple Quick Take 100.
I have
Remember
never
that?
heard of that.
No, I don't remember that.
And it was manufactured, believe it or not, it was manufactured by Kodak in Rochester.
Wow.
There Chris is.
We brought it
Yeah.
around.
And for an $800 camera, it took a crappy picture.
I bet. I bet. Did you ever see what the first digital camera photos looked like? The Kodak?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's right here in Rochester. Actually, it's a huge thing. It's about this big, and it's got a cassette tape attached to it. That's the storage. It's hilarious.
It is
But
hilarious.
yeah.
We did a podcast about the evolution of the camera, and that thing was just ridiculous. But I also couldn't believe that Kodak didn't just invest more in the digital camera. They could have been on top.
Oh, I've got stories about that. There's actually some. Well, we could spend hours, but yeah.
I wish we
There's-
would. And so do you feel like, as someone that has stories about that, do you see some parallel with today when some people are reluctant to move into this mirrorless, more digital form of photography?
There are some parallels. The kind of unique thing, and it's unique only to Kodak and Fuji, in that those were the two film manufacturers, and every dollar that they spent investing in digital cut their throat where all the money was being made. And that's just Kodak and Fuji, whereas Canon had no film business. You know, they don't manufacture film. The same thing with Nikon, and same thing with Olympus and Pentax and everybody else. But the quicker that they moved into digital, the faster they would actually be losing money, because that's where their bread and butter was. So they had to walk this tightrope forever about how fast do we promote digital, because it was shooting themselves in the foot. And that's kind of the gotcha that nobody really wants to talk about, but they had a real good reason for not going even more into digital than they did.
Isn't that kind of what's happening with Canon now, though? I mean, I feel like they put off going into mirrorless because they had their huge market. They were dominating the market with a DSLR with a huge lens selection. They didn't see Sony as a threat, and now it is.
Yeah, and you see Sony taking a leap ahead in mirrorless because their DSLR selection was not doing anything. So they had nothing to lose by going into that and moving wholeheartedly into mirrorless.
I think that the entire camera manufacturing industry is really neglecting to see how phone cameras are innovating a lot of the technology that people want to use. And I think that's because photographers are reluctant to admit that. So I'm so interested in seeing where the technology is going to go, how it's going to split, or if Sony's going to try to get in on it and make their software better so that they can compete.
I think you'll see more and more of the like the Motorola Razr with the Hasselblad digital camera that you can snap onto it.
Yeah,
I think you're going to see some more of those to compete in that space.
we'll see. It's definitely interesting. You want to look at a few more pictures before we
Yeah, let's
wrap
look at
things
that.
up? Well, this is crying.
Yeah, it definitely captures some emotion. I think you did a good job of that. It can be weird to pull out a camera when somebody's
Crying.
feeling these negative emotions, right? But ultimately, you know, you want to document those times. And I think one of the things I hate about people's family albums is they never document what people's real life was like. Like, wouldn't you like to go back to your great-grandparents' pictures? And
Great grandpa was a rageaholic.
yeah, but know who they really were, not just, oh, they stood in front of their new car on that day. But I would really like to get a glimpse into people's lives, and people never document the negative
Why
moments,
do
'cause
we
it's real weird if somebody's crying to pull out a camera and take a picture of them.
That would be so strange to be like, this is Aunt Susan. She cried a lot. Not healthy. When you got to just pull your goat, pull your goat.
That's a beautiful picture. I love the processing on this. Got really nice texture to it.
I'm gonna give a pic because
Yeah, I gave her.
it's nice, but I also want to be friends. Ooh, a little
Fog
creepy.
is good for a mood and emotion.
Oh, I like this. Friends.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm kind of skipping through it because we're running out of time,
We're
but we're
running
also
out of
looking
time,
for
but we-
clear expressions of emotion.
Oh,
to sort of be
disgust.
examples to people.
I see it. He's like, why are you taking a picture of me?
Yeah, and I like that you got nice and close for that.
Yeah.
No telephotos.
I don't know what the mood is, but it's funny.
Is she sneaking up on him?
Yeah.
Watch out, dude!
He's dead. Too late.
Be a vampire.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. It doesn't convey
Ooh,
emotion to me. I like this.
frustration, anger. Who knows?
Yeah,
I do. Both of those things are true.
Yeah, I like that shot. Great shot. I would give you a pick.
Oh, this you could use this next week for lens hacks. They're in love.
Nice peaceful shot. I'm going to give this one a pick. I just like it. I like that the smoke makes another face almost.
That's fun.
I would love to be in a big water gun fight like that. Oh,
She's
that's
not-
who he just shot. Now I feel all bad.
Yeah, she's not sure if she wants to swim. That's so cute. Happy with film camera. Got a lot of great photos this week.
Here's one with a great
Ooh.
mood.
This is interesting.
They put together a whole story, right? I
Yeah.
appreciate that you went through that effort. They found a good environment for it.
She's pretty content with her ice cream. What's he upset about? Hungry man waiting to eat. Oh, I feel ya. That's exactly my story. I'm going to
Yeah,
give a
but
pick because I relate.
I can't say the picture conveys hungry man waiting to eat, though. We would need some more storytelling elements.
Doesn't he kind of look like Mr. Bean?
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like if we do this theme again, we need to eliminate some emotions, like bored. Shouldn't be one of the
No,
emotions.
you
Bored
could
and
show
waiting.
bored. You could show a very beautiful picture of bored and waiting.
Well, people send in a lot of pictures where people are just doing nothing.
Well, that's a part of the learning
I
process.
saw this in the SDP readers group, and I don't know how it fits into mood and emotion, but
cute,
those
though.
pigs are so cute.
I see some wonder
Oh,
here.
I
like
love
that.
this shot. Yeah. What a nice
Curiosity.
shot. Nice, simple composition.
Oh, we saw this picture last week.
Yeah, like in a portfolio or something.
He looks like he's contemplative.
I know you did it deliberately, but I would actually like to see more of the detail in the highlights. It distracts me a little bit.
Stormy.
I wish it had a focal point.
Oh,
Oh, the one tear though, right? It's like
Oh.
that painting that your grandparents had. The Crying
The
Boy.
Crying Boy by Bragolin.
I gave it a pick.
Oh,
Oh, I like the shot
me
too.
too.
Just very simple, no distractions in the background. I gave her a pick.
Oh, I feel like she's wanted to ride the horse and someone said no.
Yeah. It's a nice shot. It just doesn't convey mood to me. It's a good portrait.
Oh, I had a cat that was all about this life.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this one. He looks
Yeah, I like-
mischievous.
Almost the perfect symmetry. I love that shot. He's got a little sword, I think.
Yep.
I started in the middle, but I guess it's about time for us to start to wrap up.
Yeah. Let's take another few questions from Chris before we wrap it up.
I'll see if I can
Got
find
any
some
good ones,
awesome
Chris?
thumbnails.
Did you-
Look at this one.
Oh, that's amazing.
Rash, you get a pick. That's awesome. What a great use of multiple exposures. And this cat. Take that in.
What have you got for us, Chris?
Well, let's see here. Actually, several people wanted to know if you guys are planning any kind of a meetup with Matt now that he's in town.
Yeah, we've been meaning to meet up with him. And in fact, I wanted to meet up with him at Photo Plus in New York where he lives and he won't be there. So even though he lives in the US, he's still traveling quite a lot. What else have you got?
Jason Chavez wants to know, can we talk about the GH6?
We could.
I guess not.
Is there something about the GH6? Is there rumors or has something been announced?
You got me.
Okay. I would like it, but I don't think we'll see it for at least another year. What would it do? What do you think the GH6 would have, Justin?
8K, 60 frames a second, no problem.
Oh,
Whoa,
man.
whoa,
No, they
whoa.
need a whole new recording thing.
Yeah, I'm into resolution, but I do not want to shoot 8K.
No,
No.
we were just talking about managing our space on our computers.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not good for my beauty. What else, Chris?
Yeah,
awesome
several
shot.
people wanted to know
Shot
about,
throw.
has anybody had any issues with downloading files, the D850 files to your computer? Any glitches, problems?
No.
No, not at all. And we've shot, I think, over 5,000 frames on the T850s already. So a lot of that is sports, but no problems.
We have videos still coming out about that. This is a beautiful picture.
Yeah, the great colors in there, right? Looks like Cuba.
Are you ready, Tony? It is 6:01.
I guess it's time to call it a day.
We have a soccer game to go to.
Oh, right.
Chris, thank you so much for helping us out today.
Yeah, I
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
And for everything
My
you do
pleasure.
for us.
Yeah, you've been great. And Justin, thank you too. And thank you for contributing your pictures and for watching the show. Squarespace, thanks for making this possible. You can try out your free Squarespace today. Free. No strings attached. Go to squarespace.com/Tony. If you decide that you want to buy it, use our coupon code portfolio and get 10% off.
Thank you, Squarespace.
See y'all next week. The theme is lens hacks. That means zooming while you're taking the photo, free lensing, using some weird things in front of your lens to get different effects. I don't know.
Pinhole cameras.
It's going to be creative.
You could use your retina as a lens.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Bye, everybody.
Self-mutilation going on here.
Yeah. All right, see you guys. Bye.